What's up, guys? My name is Ryan Freeman. Welcome to my life. I work as a public school teacher in Taiwan. I am walking on a bicycle path for the first time in this city. This is Chiayi. It's called the Chiayi bicycle path. Very chill. It's got a nice walkway in the middle. Got a couple bicycle paths flanking the walkway. Looks like it was an old railroad that they converted to a bicycle path. And I have seen similar things done in Taiwan and Kaohsiung. So I think that's a pretty good use of old defunct rail tracks, turn it into some nice green space for people to walk. You know, Taiwan is a very safe country overall. You don't have to deal with a lot of meth heads like you do in America. Crazy people. Of course, crazy people are everywhere. Dangers everywhere. But generally, you can walk any of the streets in Taiwan pretty much unmolested. The most dangerous part is traffic. You know, I drive a scooter, and whether you're driving a scooter or a car, there's bad drivers everywhere, but I've noticed that there are quite a few risk takers here in Taiwan. People will just pull out of nowhere without checking to see if anyone's coming. In fact, a little accident happened with my girlfriend last week. My girlfriend was driving, and a lady just pulled out in front of her. My girlfriend was driving a car, the lady was driving a scooter. They had a small accident, but neither one of them got injured. There was really no damage to their vehicles, so no insurance was exchanged, no police called. At least that's what my girlfriend said. Maybe she killed her. I don't know. My girlfriend is crazy. Just kidding. Yeah, so Taiwan's a safe country to walk. For the most part, like I said, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing about walking in Taiwan. A lot of cities, I'm not talking about Taipei, I'm talking about a lot of the other cities, they don't have adequate sidewalks because the roads are narrow. So a lot of times you are walking on the road. Now, I've never been hit by a car. I've never been hit by a scooter. But goddamn, they do come close. And I think I want to talk about this coming close part, this aspect of Taiwanese culture that I've noticed is that, and this goes not just on the road, but this goes in hallways at work, in my office. I notice a lot of people have no problem coming really close to me. Like almost just, like, I almost feel like they're invading my space. But I know it's sort of a cultural thing that they just don't feel like they're invading my space like I do. I don't know. Now, I used to take intercultural communication when I was at university 20 years ago, and the professor was an expert on the difference between collectivist Eastern cultures versus individualist Western cultures. And one of the big differences that stood out was the concept of personal space. And you can definitely see, you know, on a Tokyo subway, how crowded everyone can get. That would be very unusual to ever see, even if it were busy. Now, talk about bad driving. This guy just drove in the pedestrian crosswalk on my green. But, you know, I don't want to come off as a complainer or a whiner. You know, this is another country. I'm a visitor, so you have to adapt. And a lot of times you do adapt. And, you know, I have become a bit of a rule breaker at times. Not bad rules, but sometimes I do chastise myself for driving unsafe and running through reds and things like that. You know, and every city in Taiwan is different. Okay, so I'm in Chiayi, and Chiayi is the only city in Taiwan that you can go the wrong way down a one-way street. I'll say that again. You know one-way streets. It's only legal to go one way. Well, not in Chiayi City. In Chiayi City, you could actually drive the wrong way on a one-way street totally legal. Okay, so it will get some local Chiayi people in trouble when they move to other cities and then they start going down one-way streets the wrong way, and it's not legal in that city. But I have noticed, I've lived in Taoyuan, Kaohsiung, and now I'm in Chiayi City. I have noticed that things are more chill in general. There is less traffic, so less things to worry about. The pace is slower. In fact, if you ask a lot of the locals why they like living in Chiayi City, they will mention the pace of life. The pace of life is slower here. The traffic is slower. There's less cars on the road versus Kaohsiung. Not a lot of walkways, but this is a beautiful walkway, very long. I can't even see the end of it. This is the first time. At some point, I will have to turn around because I'm actually on the clock, guys. I'm supposed to be at work. Shh. But I have no classes. I finished my last class before lunch, had lunch, which was somewhat disappointing, my lunch, I gotta say. Sometimes my lunches are pretty damn good. But today was one of those days where they didn't have a meat dish. They had like these little tiny dumplings, and I could only take 2. In fact, the lunch ladies they make a point to tell me, you can only have 2. They're like watching what I'm picking. This is the first time that's happened at a public school that I remember. But like I said, some lunches at public schools are good, some lunches are bad. The previous lunches this week were damn good. So anyways, had lunch, had a nap, and then I have to get out of the office. I cannot sit in the office for too long. There's only so much reading, only so much YouTube, and only so much lesson planning that I can do. Oh, exciting news. So my girlfriend, Flo, has been pressuring me to study Chinese, and pressuring me in a positive way because I have told her that I want to improve my Chinese, and it is a sincere desire of mine to improve my Chinese because more than any other skill, that's the most useful skill for me to learn. But I just find it so darn hard to self-study with a book or watch videos on YouTube or use AI. I just find it... Hi. Very friendly fruit sellers. You will sometimes see ladies just selling fruit or vegetables on the side of the road, as the case now. So anyways, I was thinking I need a class, and I was telling my girlfriend I really need a class. And then coincidentally or synchronistically, maybe it was a desire I threw out to the universe, and then magically it appeared. There's a group chat of all the foreign English teachers in Chiayi, and it was thrown out that Chiayi University is going to give us a deal at half price and put together a class where I will be starting next week at Chiayi University 2 days a week after work for an hour and a half each class, studying Chinese with a small class. Kind of difficult to know what level to sign up for because I've studied Chinese in a class before. I've taken beginning Chinese. I've lived in China, lived in Taiwan, and my Chinese is just sort of all over the place. In some ways, in some instances, it might be impressive, and in some ways, most applications, sorely lacking, to put it mildly. And whether this class is too easy, too difficult, I'm just going to make the most of it. It's a lower intermediate course. And just having 3 hours a week of dedicated time to study Chinese, I think it will help a lot because more than ever, I feel surrounded by the Chinese language. In Kaohsiung, when I was studying jiu-jitsu at my friend Dave's gym, the gym's instruction was in English, and most of the practitioners were from Canada or America, so I got to speak English at least when I would go study jiu-jitsu. And there's a lot of foreigners, a lot of international presence in Kaohsiung, not compared to Taipei, but a decent amount. And so I felt like there was more English in Kaohsiung than here in Chiayi City. In Taoyuan, I would go up to Taipei where a lot of people spoke English. I'm going to turn around because I got to get back to work, right? Eventually, right? And the Taoyuan jiu-jitsu practitioners, they spoke English, the locals there. Where I study jiu-jitsu now, it's actually a judo gym, old school judo gym. In fact, I'm going to do a whole series on studying jiu-jitsu and judo here in Taiwan. It's a huge, pretty big part of my life. And over there, very little English is spoken. So my Chinese will help a lot. I end up having these broken conversations between my bad Chinese and other people's bad English there. Yeah, so really Chinese, improving my Chinese is a massive priority the longer I stay here. And my girlfriend has this secret wish that one day we could have conversations in only Chinese. And I promise you, baby, it's coming. But, don't hold your breath, okay? Gonna take me a while. We all have secret talents. You'll find that I can be quite good in some areas of life, but unfortunately, language acquisition is not one of them. And I think so much of it is due to motivation, or not motivation, because I am motivated, but just burning desire from fun. I need something to be fun for me to really get good at it, like that's why I think my jiu-jitsu is fairly good, because I really enjoy it. In fact, the other night I rolled with this younger, bigger, stronger black belt in judo from Hong Kong. Now he will kill me in judo. I mean, he's got killer throws, but his ground game's not very good, and he's afraid to roll with me. I think it's an ego thing, but I tricked him into rolling with me because I was having a sort of a philosophical discussion on martial arts with the head instructor and him. And the head instructor mentioned that the Japanese used to train judo blindfolded. I think that's what he was saying. Like I said, these conversations are not fluent in either language for the two of us. The translation is not fluent. And I said, oh, okay. That's how I'm going to get this big, strong Hong Kong guy to roll with me on the ground, because I've beaten him a couple times and I don't think he likes losing. So I said, hey, let's try it. Let's roll on the ground and I'll close my eyes. And they thought it was a great idea, and then we rolled with my eyes closed and I smoked him. But then I did it. He actually liked the idea of rolling with my eyes closed because he actually has a chance. Like I said, skill-wise, the funny thing about judo, and okay, this is not going to be the official judo jiu-jitsu video. I will be doing those maybe this weekend or in the near future. Skill is everything. I mean, it's not everything. Speed, youth, strength, body size, aggression. There's all these factors, but simply because my skill on the ground is better than his, I'm able to beat him with my eyes closed. Kind of fun. Maybe I will film one of those sessions, although he's gone back to Hong Kong for a week. At my gym here, you just never know who's going to show up. Sometimes no one but a little kid. Sometimes a room full of police officers. It's a random crapshoot. Oh, okay, guys. The weather, it's getting towards the end of November. The weather is still pretty warm. I'm sweating right now. Pretty cold in the morning. But I really like it. I really like it. It makes me want to find a beautiful young woman and snuggle up to her, but that beautiful young woman better be my girlfriend, otherwise she'll go crazy. Yeah, walking on this bicycle path, and guess one of these days I should really explore the whole thing. Maybe I'll bring my bicycle up from Kaohsiung, if it's still there. Hopefully it is, because it is so peaceful. Walking around the streets, not so much. Lots of honking, lots of dangerous drivers, so you gotta be a little careful. I have no plans this weekend. No plans. How are you? Are you someone who always has plans, your day's scheduled? I have no plans other than I do want to see my girlfriend. I wouldn't mind making another video. I have a huge relay race. Our school day is coming up a week from today, and I will be on the teacher relay race. So today, I was practicing sprinting. I'm a pretty good middle to long distance runner, and my sprinting's just not bad, not great. So I was working on my sprinting earlier today, and I might spend some time on the weekend practicing my sprinting, because like any type of competition, I want to be ready for it. I want to do really, really well. You see, I've just left the peaceful Chiayi bicycle trail to come across the street, and you could just, it's already a little more chaotic. And you know, this is a peaceful city. You can imagine what it would be like if I were in a bigger city like Taichung or Taipei. In any case, guys, I'm gonna signal off. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. My name is Ryan Freeman. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.